Okay. Yeah, if you want to do serious data manipulation, basically nobody has time to be doing empty cast dollar sign because that equals to there are more elegant ways in which you can just install a module, import the library, and then begin using it, isn't it? No. But this is the basic. Once you know this basic and you understand it very well, then nobody needs to even teach you how to use this. It's just for you to know how, because this is not what came with R originally. It was someone that designed it, isn't it? It's just for you to know, okay, how did he design his function? How I can apply it, and then
when you make a problem, you can look back and
say, okay, this is how you want to use it. And so the first thing, since it's an external library, you have to install it before you use it, isn't it? So this is the outline of today's presentation. We look at introduction to packages, intro to the tidyverse library. Why are we so interested in tidyverse? Tidyverse is a conglomerate of several modules that do the same thing. Come on, Anaconda in Python. You know Anaconda? Come on, Anaconda carries several things. NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Jupyter, Kazako. So essentially, if you want to do data analysis in Python, you will need Jupyter Notebook. You may also need PyCharm. You may need Pandas, NumPy. So why not we design an interface that carries everything together, isn't it? Even though I can install Pandas alone without necessarily going the route of Anaconda or NumPy or Matplotlib. So also that's what's happening here. A chicken tidyverse acquires several libraries. One day you can go and install them alone. Do you understand? But then, if you want to install it alone, it can take time. So why not just install one module that carries everything? And you don't have to bother yourself installing any other module again. So let's start with the intro to packages. Even though I know in our week 2 nebo, I showed you how to install a package. What's the command? Install.package is good. Install.package, open bracket, then the name of the package. And then if you want to call it or if you want to use it, you use what? Library. So, getting started with packages. Packages are extensions to the base R, isn't it? So it's an extension to the base R, isn't it? And they contain additional functions, documentations for using them, isn't it? And also sample data, isn't it? Several of them. And the packages are available from the CRAN website. Okay, that's where we downloaded the R from, isn't it? So, and the tidyverse is a set of packages for data manipulation, exploration, and visualization. Even though, like I said, she is a conglomerate, Ama Achiki, a quite specific one that does the data manipulation, like the DPLA, data manipulation, isn't it? Akwai kuma data tidying, is tidyr, TIDYR. Akwai DPLA for data manipulation. Akwai kuma for visualization, ggplot2. So there are several of them. Akwai Magneto, etc. So the tidyverse is a set of packages for data manipulation, exploration, and visualization, and they share a common design and work in harmony, isn't it? So of course, if you want to install any package, you do what? Install.packages tidyverse. Any other package. Maybe you went to geography and they told you that we want a library that is very cool for doing this thing. So what do you need? What do you need to do? Go again with the name of the library. Once you have the name, that one, the library is in the CRAN website. You just go, you connect online, and then you type install dot packages, all in small letters, open bracket, tidyverse, or the name of the library. If you install, that's not enough. You have to import it before you use it, isn't it? And the importation is done using the function library dot library, then the name of the. So if you install the package, that's all. Until you uninstall the program in your computer, you don't need to install again. Amadi, whenever, if you close your computer and you on again, you have to load the library for you to what? For you to use it. So you can see that this is the website for the tidyverse. I don't know that online. This is the website for the tidyverse library, isn't it? And you can see all the documentation, isn't it? You see that I can connect online. So this is it, isn't it? Tidyverse.org. Okay. So as you can see from here, it says R packages for data science, isn't it? It's much complicating. Okay. So it says R packages for data science. The tidyverse is an opinionated collection of R packages designed for data science. All packages share an underlying design philosophy, grammar, and data structure. And if you want to install everything, you need to do what? Install the complete tidyverse with what? With this function. You need to go online. Go. I've installed already. So you can see I've put several of them: per, tidier, table, stringer, reader, forget, ggplot2, dpillar, snadeo, etc. So if you want more information, you can just come to the packages. You can come here and learn about it, and I will type in R for data science, isn't it? Do you have it? Let me see, region. See R for data. See here. Who is the author? When you hardly we can go. This is the first edition. And just import it. So that I can just share with you. Okay, let's go back to it. So the syntax for the packages is what? Okay. So developers of different packages may use the same function name. Because they share the same philosophy. The packages under tidyverse share the same philosophy. So maybe one day the dpillar may design a function, and inside tidier there is also another function that have the same name. So you are only importing tidyverse, not the individual. So if you call, for example, filter, maybe inside dpillar a filter and inside tidier a filter. So which one will it take? So that is having confusion, isn't it? So if you want to pick specific, if you know the library that you want to work with specifically, then you can simply use, for example, filter. If you want to call filter, if you call it to work, but you are likely to have conflict, maybe if you're doing some serious project. So you can just say, okay, I want the filter from where? From the dplar library. In Python, we use the dot notation. In Python, if you want to pick a module, if you want to pick a library from another module, you use the dot notation. But in R, you use the double column. Okay, double column. So let's start looking at the intro, the tidyverse first. It's a collection of packages. It's a collection of packages for data manipulation, exploration, and visualization, isn't it? And they share a common philosophy of R programming and work in harmony. And there are several of them, but the core ones are the reader, the dplar, the tidier, ggplot2, table, Paul, amongst many others, isn't it? But let's start with the basic one, which is the most common, isn't it? The dplar. But it's used for data manipulation, isn't it? You can use it to pick this, pick that, sieve this, filter this, isn't it? All those things we've been doing in $sign. So you can do that more elegantly using the dplar. So very useful packages for exploring and managing your data, and has a grammar of data manipulations, providing a consistent set of verbs that help you to solve the most common data manipulation challenges, isn't it? You can get it from here. You can get some information from here. But so what's the code structure? These are the key functions. There are other functions in the dplar, but these are the key ones, isn't it? Select, filter, arrange, summarize, mutate, group by, isn't it? So the select, don't worry, we are going to look at some few examples. The select picks variables, and you know what are the variables? They are the columns, well, because if you have a data, we have the age, the gender, the date of birth, those are the variables, isn't it? So it helps you to pick variables based on their names. For example, from the empty cars, if you want to pick HP, what do you do?
Select.
You do empty cars, $, HP, isn't it? This will give you what? This will give you all the HP, right? But this one, when I go on $, you can just say select. That is select from empty cars, what? HP. And if you run this, okay, we have not imported, we've not imported the tidyverse library. So the first thing is to come and say what? Library. No, I've already installed it, because if you come here, if you come to your packages, that's what I say, it's not part of the R, but it's, so if you go to packages, I already have tidyverse here, isn't it? But Kuba Kodeshi, isn't it? No, you haven't. Install.packages tidyverse. You go online. So look at it here. This is the tidyverse library. I have it already installed. So you can just come here and say what? Library. What? Tidyverse, isn't it? And if I do this now, it imports all the dplar, ggplot2 characters. So So yanzu I can come and use select number. Select HP cars from. Lala, isn't this more elegant? Eh? 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 Prof. Just we are speaking English. Lala, select from empty cars HP. Now if I come here and say Lala, select from HP car, select HP and gear. Eh? And gear. It only selected the HP cars and the gear. Wow. So now, if we are to use the base hand here, what do? You have to go and do $sign HP. Then what? $sign. Yes. This is more elegant, isn't it? Yeah. So select picks variable columns based on their names. Shikuma filter. It will pick observations. You know the observations are the rows. Variables. This one are the variables. This one are the observations. Filter is picks observations based on their values. What we used to do? Okay, one is equals to kaza. You understand? Maybe $sign kaza is equals to this.
Yeah,
it checks the rows. Arrange. It changes the ordering of the rows based on their values, isn't it? Summarize. It reduces multiple values down to a single summary. Mutate adds new variables that are functions of existing variables. Group by performs data operations on groups that are defined by variables. So this is just what I stated. But we cannot use these variables, or you cannot appreciate these variables until you understand a concept called piping. No, I'm gonna go. If you take small bath, you relax. We're just starting.
No, you don't have
Did you install Tidyverse?
You have to install it, then you have to run it.
The NSL is not available for you.
Online.
Yeah, online just install package.
Tidyverse. Can I go and install laptop? This is what you do. Install the packages Tidyverse. Then it will go online. To go online and collect all the information from Tidyverse. It's going online now. It's installing now. So we're installing the Tidyverse library now, isn't it? It's still online trying to download the Tidyverse. Are you connected to the internet?
It's like version then.
My face, you're supposed to show the code.
No.
What's that?
Visualization.
It needs some. Sorry, excuse me. Are you connected to the internet? So just simply go and say install install dot packages, then what? Then the name of the package, and the package we want to install now is tidyverse. Okay, and if you do that, to go online and start. No, it's not supposed to be showing failed. Like we have here, it's still downloading. Isn't it? Maybe your internet connection is not stable. That's not finished.
Assalamu alaikum. No. Alhamdulillah, that's it.
Okay, you can have appreciation. So, I assume that you have installed tidyverse and you have imported it, isn't it? You are now ready to use the several functions, select, mutate, group by, etc. But I now said you cannot appreciate using these functions unless and until you understand a particular functionality called piping. There is what we call the pipe operator in R, isn't it? Pipe. Percentage greater than percentage. Okay? Percentage greater than percentage. It means and then do this and then this and then this and then this, isn't it? So instead of now doing all those our $sign, comma, less than, comma, no. You can just take it step by step. Do you understand? Select this and then do this and then do this and then do that. So this is the symbol for that is what? Is the piping symbol. Percentage greater than percentage. But there is a command, if you want to just do it, you can just hit, you can dynamize Control and Shift and then M. Control Shift M will give you the piping, so I don't have to. If you dynamize the Control and Shift and then M, yes. Control Shift M will give you the piping symbol. Then import. Then import. Yes, library tidyverse. So you are good to go. So you can select empty cars. Select empty cars. From empty cars, what do you select? HP and gear. In that chain, you have to use the normal one. So this enables you to pass. Please, let's understand the piping. It's very important. It enables you to pass the object on the left-hand side. Which one is left-hand side? No. It enables you to pass the object on the left-hand side as the first argument on the right-hand side. Main argument. Look at a function. Main function, right? What's argument? Is what the number you supply to a function, isn't it? In the max 5. In the print 4. 4 is the argument. But when you are defining the function, it's called parameter, isn't it? So it enables you to pass the object on the left, whatever you have in the left, isn't it? You are supplying it as the first argument of the function in the what? In the right hand side. Misali yanzu, if you do x and then shine ma'anan piping din nan, that's if you dynamize the Control and Shift and M. in the R language where you say and then x and then fxy. You are saying do this and then whatever is this, supply it as the first argument to this function. This function is already having one argument, isn't it? But you are saying supply this guy as the first. Says or no? F of xy, go x comma y. If you do x and then f of y and then g of z, zai zama wannan zai zama nawa?
fxy sai zo shiga cikin g.
Ran goge wannan kada wani gani ga ansa. Me zama kun ga for wannan zai zama we are giving this as the first argument wannan go. Wannan zai zama f of what? F of x comma what? Y ko? Sai muka ce and then shi wannan gaba ɗayan shi is like this one ba? Isn't it? And then g of what? G of z. So we are saying this g of z is a function. The first thing it should take as its parameter is what? Is the entirety of this, isn't it? So f of what? F of x comma y, then close bracket. You can't see from here, from there. Okay. So what you're saying is that if you do this, this is the object in the left hand side. It is going to become the first argument of this function. And that will be f of x comma y. And then this f of x comma y, we are now feeding the entirety of x comma y as the first argument to this what? To this function, isn't it? Eh? Sai zama wannan. Yanzu kalli wannan yanzu. Yanzu select, yanzu me select? Ba mun yi select ba? Me muka yi? Empty cars, me muka yi? Asali muka ce select empty cars what? HP comma gear. What do you do? Mun ce ne mene? She select by default requires you to supply in the original data frame ko? Ko? Ina kana ce ai turanci ne ai from select this and this. So in baka ba shi original and how do you know? So select this and this from this, right? And if you do that, you are going to have what? You are going to have this, right? So if you want to do it in a piping manner, ko? Zaka yi cewa okay. Empty cars, right? Zaka cewa empty cars, isn't it? And then what? Select. Tunda wannan is the data ko, and we want to supply it a cikin nan ko, then we now remove HP go. So this thing, wannan abin da muka yi is the same thing as this. That this code and this code is the same thing.
Okay. Yes. But this one is in
this and this are the same. Only that here we are using the traditional method of the dpillar library. Go select the horsepower and the gear columns from where? From empty cars. While here we are saying load empty cars and then supply empty cars as the first argument to the DP lab function select, isn't it? And then HP and get. So if we do that, let's run this one and see. If you run this and you hit run, you see that Zebaka the same thing. Cool?
Yes.
But you know the beauty of it's not because of where you want to select. It's when you want to chain your thoughts. Sometimes you've seen when we see what we saw last week, that lengthy code, empty cars, open bracket, empty cars, dollar sign, HP greater than or equals to this, comma, HP cars, NA. No, our brain cannot handle that. Cool? But if you take it step by step, isn't it? You do this, and then it's the piping symbol, and then you keep on doing that. So for example, look at this. The default behavior of the piping symbol, if the function does not explicitly accept the left-hand side object as the first argument, you can specify where to place it using a what? Using a dot, isn't it? You know, if you just supply it like that, it goes to the first one. But if you want it to appear in a specific way, you what? You can just put a dot, isn't it? Yes. It's clear. Huh? So that in the achiever dot it will be f of what? X comma y. But now we are specifying that the x should come after y, isn't it? It's clear. It's not clear? The piping symbol says this guy would be the first argument of this guy. That's the rule. Yes. Piping is a way that enables us to simplify our code so that we don't have to be writing lengthy code, empty cars, square bracket, empty cars, dollar sign, HP is less than equals to 5, comma, is equals to this. That lengthy code, it doesn't make sense. So piping allows us to balkanize our code step by step. And that is made possible using a phenomenon called piping. So the piping is the percentage greater than percentage. And although you can use Control and Shift and just hit M to give you. So the philosophy is that whenever you say anything piped to another thing, you are saying the first thing should be the first argument of the second function. So this function is f of y, but if you pipe it like this, you are saying this guy should be the first argument to this function, isn't it? So, but you want to do f of yx, not f of xy. So if you do x piped to fy, it's going to come as f of xy. So in that case, you can just come and specify that, okay, this is where I want my piping to be. So the x will now be f of y x, not f of xy. Yes. So actually the piping is part of the Magneta library. So if you want to install Magneta, you also install the packages, but it already comes in together with the tidyverse. So you don't, once you install tidyverse, there is no need for you to Dala, let's look at this code now. Who can tell me the answer? This code. Look at it, Denzo. We are just, one number is just, you can remove it. We are just keeping it as a variable. But look at it. What's this? It's a vector containing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sum. So we are saying this guy should be what? Should be the first argument of what? Sum. So this is like saying, some what? Some C into what? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you do that, it will be what? It will be 10. But so now this 10, this 10, we are now saying it should be the first argument to this guy. That will be what? Square root of what? 10. That's 3.16666. It's clever. Do you need to run it? You don't need to run it, but it's clear. It's the same thing, isn't it? But if you want us to run it, I'll have to type it. If you run this, and just copy it and then go to R, and then Control A, Control V. I don't have to because I already have it installed. So that will be what? It's commented. It's commented. So if I do this, it will be what? It will not print anything because we're not printing, but so I have to come back here and say what? Print what? Print result, but isn't it? And that will be what? That will be 3.116. If I am to do this in one line of code, doctor, it will be what? It will be print what? SQRT what? Sum C 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. So I could she one of them can confuse him. So say if I get sure, okay, the first thing is this is the, and you start from the inside, go. You start from the inside. So what if you do this? It's going to give you the same thing. But if you are not happy, you can just say, okay, I fired the one go, isn't it? Isn't it? That's Control C go, Control L go. You can do this go, and then what? Sorry. And then what? Say sum go, isn't it? And then what? SQRT, isn't it? SQRT, isn't it? How can you? And then what? Print go. And if you do that, it's going to give you.
That is piping. That is piping.
That's piping. So why are we learning this? Because we have learned that from the DPLA library in tidyverse, we can go and select. So let's continue. Isn't it? So look at this now. We can use the key functions and pipe to chain together multiple steps to achieve a more complicated result, isn't it? For example, we can have a data set code like empty cars, isn't it? Isn't it? Same thing we need. We want to select some rows or filter columns, what? Select or filter. And then we want to arrange or group the data, and then we want to calculate something. Isn't it? So this is an example. Let's look at this example also. And then you can tell me how do you, even if not through piping, Yazamishi. This code. Who can tell me what's happening here? What will happen here? You know, all of these functions, the filter, arrange, and mutate are from the tidyverse library. So what's happening here?
Check empty cars.
Yes, so the empty cars. When you load in Ishbo,
Yes.
isn't it? We loaded it, isn't it, first?
That.
Isn't it? In these empty cars. We now filter MPG. Filter from the Munche is for the observation scope. We now filter MPG greater than 20. Isn't it? So either unzami and find the filter, it will be what? Just like select. It will be filter. It will be filter. Open bracket. Either it will be what? It will be the original data set code, empty cars, comma, then the code, MPG greater than what? 20. Cool. The one is it will go to the rows code. It will check the column for MPG and only return the ones that have MPG more than what? More than 20. And if you do that now, you can see that the MPGs, where is the MPG? All of them are more than what? 20. Yeah, so this code that we ran, who can do it in the base R? This code that muka yi yanzu yan uwana, this code in za mu yi shi a base R ya zami, because you are not clapping for tidyverse. You are not appreciating tidyverse. If you are to do it, okay, let's go. X equals to empty cars. Enter. Wannan ta kaba wahala ne ba. Kai shi ne mana Okay, to na gane. So it will be X into X dollar sign
MPG.
So am I running one go? So we send me X back, cool? So send me X dollar sign MPG greater than 20, comma. Cool? This is what will give us one go. To one somebody can get confused go. Especially my own area say first are variable. Kind should be what? It should be empty cars into bracket empty cars dollar sign MPG, isn't it? So what's more elegant kace kawai I'm filtering daga empty cars ko duk inda MPG ya wuce 20. No need of doing dollar sign, isn't it? Okay? But this thing that this my friend did, if we are to add now another thing, it will be longer. For example, now, while I'm filtering, then we arrange the HP in ascending order, isn't it? Do you understand? So in this case now, after this, we now arrange in ascending order, isn't it? And the arrange takes what? The arrange will now take the what? The data frame where MPG is more than 20, isn't it? Is that okay? That's where made the one name is my X. That's one is my X. If you run this one now, so if you do arrange, the arrange is also from the tidyverse library, from the DP lab actually specifically. Arrange what? X go on the shine, the data frame where MPG is more than 20 go. You arrange, you just arrange. In which arrange go, it means it's going to arrange in what? In ascending order, isn't it? And then you can call this one X again or Y, isn't it? And if you call Y, you see that You can see it, what?
After 21.
It's arranging by, no. It's arranging by ascending order, isn't it? No, look at it now. We've not supplied the parameter now. We've not supplied the parameter that we are using to arrange, isn't it?
Okay, the HP.
Yes. Yes. Because this one we are just saying y equals to arrange x. No. We're saying arrange this data set. Go. How? By what? By HP. Isn't it? So if you do y now, you see that the HP is in what? This is the minimum, 62, 65, isn't it? So this y now, Shikuma Semuzomi mutating. Mutate means you want to add a new column. You want to add a new column, and that column should be what? Should be the weight divided by the what? By the HP. So in that case, you have mutate. That should mutate. But the first thing is to also supply in the first data frame code. So it should be y code, comma this, isn't it? And then let's call this z. And if you do z now, you see that there is one additional column called what? WTHP ratio, isn't it? So one if we are to use the base R, in our from Chan, see you can do it in one line. So Ama, look at piping code. In piping, what do we do? Not in one line, but the Ama is more readable. Not the empty cast. Go. Far am filtering. Now so at Chikikoi, I only want entries in the MPG is what? It's more than 20. And then when entries in where MPG is more than 20, arrange the HP in ascending order, isn't it? And then add an additional column called WT-HP ratio, WT over HP. Is that clear? So I think with this, however complex something is, you can be able to chain it, isn't it? Without any problem. Isn't it? Okay, let's continue. Okay? So the basic structure, so this is it. We've seen this one now. We've seen this now. The chain of thought, isn't it? So this is also another example, isn't it? Select only the columns MPG, cylinder, and HP. Group the cars by the number of cylinders, and then compute the average horsepower, AVG. Who can do this using the... You have to think. Amma idan ta device ne, you just know you have to just select this, group this, do that, isn't it? And so, what do you do first? We know we are working on where? Empty cars go. So that should be our first argument, isn't it? And then we do what? We know that empty cars has several columns, but we are only interested in what? In the MPG, cylinder, and HP. And then we want to group them by what? By the number of cylinders. You know what we did using BICO or T apply? We want to also group them by what? By cylinder, and then we summarize the results. You know? And then to calculate the average horsepower. And if you do that, you see that everything is arranged. So this is also another example. You assign the results to a new R. Okay, one now. You can just do it like this, but whatever you are doing, if you want to save the data frame, just like we saw earlier, you can assign this to where? To a variable. You can assign to any variable of your choice, isn't it? So this example you saw, isn't it? So data manipulation, this is an example for us to just appreciate what we have. This is a data frame. With the data frame has name, what? Musa Jamil James. Age is what? 25, 32, and 2. Score this, well. So we can get the data frame. And then we can apply the piping symbol together with several D-pillar functions to get. So maybe it's 411.
We have to finish it. I
know the Solar idea are all examples that you are just going to look at. They are all examples that you can just play around with. If we have time, we can organize another class for advanced so that we can look at each module alone. We'll give 1 week for D-pillar, 1 week for tidyr, 1 week for ggplot. Then maybe next year. Cool. So please, if you have any question, let me have.
Yes, sir. In the library, this DPLA, is it the default library? Because I see without you calling the DPLA.
Yes, that's what I said. That's the whole philosophy about the tidyverse. We said what? It's a collection of packages for data manipulation. So, and they share a common philosophy. So once you install the tidyverse, you are installing all of them, isn't it?
So it's like you would have a textbook on art for data science.
Okay.
Can you please help us with the website? It's like they provide some.
Yeah, it's okay. This is it. Cool. I think it's LibGen. Cool. Are you recording? I think you're not recording.
Okay, should I pause it?
No. What's the name of the group? LISFN. Cool. What's the name? Is it this group?
The group.
Check
Okay.
Okay.
The WhatsApp group. Help me.
Yeah.
Well,
This group, is it the, I want to share the book. Is it this
okay,
one?
Okay.
Okay.
Russia. Kan za ka tura mun abu uku ne.
Okay. Even though I have not opened it,
menene ke ci to ai da ka bari ka bude ko ka ji wani abu da ya ciki da in kai ne ai za a ɗauka serious, so if it is not something.
So you can just and then let me share this first, and then I can come here and do like this, and then go to desktop, library training, and then I can do this and this, and then copy to this.
Updated with 3 in council. Say na yau ɗaya.
Yeah, so if you want to download any textbook.
Okay, I should stop. Okay.